Welcome student into the chemistry laboratory. Today we are learning here or do the first experiment, first practical of 12 science of the chemistry practical. First chemistry practical, that is experiment number 1, to determine the concentration in terms of molarity of KMnO4 solution, potassium permanganate solution, by titrating it against standard solution of oxalic acid. Now in this practical there are two main parts. First part is the preparation of standard solution of oxalic acid. Now if we prepare the standard solution of oxalic acid, then in the second part we can titrate that standard solution with the unknown molarity solution, that is the potassium permanganate. Now how the first part is there? You have to dissolve the required amount of this oxalic acid into the required volume. If we have to prepare 1 molar solution of oxalic acid, then we require the 126 gram of oxalic acid to dissolve in the volume of water 1000 ml or in 1 liter. Then there is formation of 1 molar solution of oxalic acid. If we dissolve 126 gram of oxalic acid, that is the molar mass of the oxalic acid, in 1 liter of water, there is formation of standard 1 molar solution of oxalic acid. But here for practical, we require only 0.1 molar of oxalic acid. So for 0.1 molar of oxalic acid, we have to dissolve about 12.6 gram of the oxalic acid in 1 liter of water. But we have to prepare only the 100 ml of oxalic acid. So for 100 ml of oxalic acid, we require about 1.26 gram of oxalic acid. Only 1.26 gram of oxalic acid. See here, for 0.1 molar oxalic acid, we require 1000 ml water and 12.6 gram of oxalic acid. We have to prepare only 0.1 molar oxalic acid in 100 ml. Then how many? Now only do the, that is cross multiplication. 100 into 12.6 divided by 0.1 into 1000. Now there is, this get cancelled. Again the two zeros, only 12.6 divided by 10, that is equal to 1.26 gram. See here, 1.26 gram of oxalic acid only required. So I measure this 1.26. Now let us see on the blackboard. If we have to prepare 0.1 molar solution in 1 liter of water, we require 12.6 gram. Because for 1 molar we require totally 126 gram of the oxalic acid, that is the molar mass of oxalic acid. Now we have to prepare only 100 ml. So 0.1 molar correspond to 100 ml. Now how many? Now only there is the cross multiplication, 0.1 into 100 into 12.6 divided by 0.1 into 1000. Now this get cancelled. 12.6 divided by 10, that is equal to 1.26. So 1.26 gram of oxalic acid. Now this is the oxalic acid. 1.26 gram of oxalic acid is required. So I measure this 1.26 gram of oxalic acid on this balance. Now this is the balance on which we can measure from 1 gram and about the 0.1 gram also. Now take only the paper, put on this balance and measure 1.26 gram of this oxalic acid. Now this is about 120 and 1.26 gram of oxalic acid here measured about 1.3. Now this I take and only dissolve this oxalic acid into the 100 ml water. Now measure the 100 ml water with that of the measuring cylinder. We can measure the 100 ml water with the measuring cylinder, or there may be again that is the volumetric flask are also for preparation of this standard solution. Now generally volumetric flasks are taken for the preparation of the standard solutions. Now this is the 100 ml volumetric flask I taken here. Now first in a few amount of water only dissolve this oxalic acid first. Take a beaker and into that only take the 20 to 30 ml of water first, and by taking 20 to 30 ml of water first dissolve the oxalic acid into the beaker and then prepare the solution. Now I take the measuring cylinder for measure the water. I am taking only 20 to 30 ml of water first. Now this is the about 40 ml of water I take in a empty beaker, and then you only pour this measured 1.26 gram of oxalic acid into this water, that is the 40 ml of water I taken in a beaker. Now pour and dissolve by the glass rod. Now take the glass rod and dissolve this solution. Now this is the glass rod. I dissolve all these oxalic acid by continuous stirring. We are here do the first part of this practical, that is the preparation of standard solution of oxalic acid. All the oxalic acid get dissolved here, then pour this solution into this 100 ml volumetric flask. There is the curve, or there is their calibration at this part of this, and up to that there is the 100 ml. Now this is the calibration here I shown. Now this is the line of 100 ml. Now pour this solution into that empty volumetric flask. Now this is about 40 ml solution is there. Now we have to pour only how many ml of water now? 60 ml of water. So take the water again into the measuring flask, about the 60 ml water you can take, because there is the only 60 ml now required. Now first only pour directly by this measuring cylinder some 30 to 40 ml water. Now as 10 ml water we have to pour with the pipette, because if we pour the more water into that, their standard solutions, that is molarity may be that is decreased, that is not will be the one that is not 0.1 molar is remaining now. Now only take the water again into the another beaker. Now this is the, I take here that beaker, again into that I take the water here in that beaker. I take some more water again and I pipette that water. Now only drop wise we can add the remaining water up to the calibration, and that will be the 100 ml 0.1 molar oxalic acid solution will be formed there. Now this is up to the calibration is there, and put the pipette and only put your palm on this and shake it. Now in this way you can shake, and this is the standard solution of oxalic acid. Now this is the standard solution of oxalic acid. Now take this standard solution of oxalic acid into a beaker. Now I put this solution into the beaker. We can take 60 to 80 ml for our titration. Now we are doing the second part of our titration. That is, we have to titrate this standard solution of oxalic acid with the potassium permanganate solution. That is the KMnO4, which is the self-indicator. KMnO4 is self-indicator. Now this is the KMnO4 solution. This is also prepared nearly about 0.1 molar, but not correct 0.1 molar. But we have to find out the molarity of this potassium permanganate solution. So we first rinse this pipette with the potassium permanganate. Rinse this burette with the potassium permanganate solution. Now for that you can pour this potassium permanganate solution into this burette. Now this is the 25 ml burette. The calibrations are from 0 to 25. Now pour more solution, potassium permanganate solution, for rinse of the burette as well as for that is removal of the air bubbles. So we firstly remove this some of the solution from this burette, due to which what happened? There is removal of air bubbles also, and the burette also get rinsed with that of the potassium permanganate solution. Now again pour the potassium permanganate solution up to the 0 mark in this burette by very concentration. Now though the solution will be maximum there, you can remove the that is more solution which is more than 25 ml by again, and always see the meniscus. The potassium permanganate solution must be touches centrally to the line of the 0. Now see, I here performing this second part, into which I take the meniscus of this potassium permanganate solution. Now this will be the meniscus here. Now after that we have to pipette out the standard solution of this oxalic acid. We have to pipette out the standard solution of oxalic acid into the conical flask. Now this is the, that is 100 ml conical flask is there. Now I pipette out the oxalic acid solution first into that. Now always pipette out the oxalic acid solution or any pipette solution up to the this upper bubble, and then adjust by putting this curve or this calibration of 10 ml of pipette, here is the correct calibration of 10 ml. So after removing slowly the pressure of our finger, indicator finger, we can adjust 10 ml of this oxalic acid. Now this get adjusted up to the calibration. Yes. Now this is the 10 ml oxalic acid. Now pour this into the conical flask. Now all this solution get collected into the conical flask. Do not blow the pipette. Only after pouring all the oxalic acid solution, you can put the pipette here. And then we have to add again 1 test tube of dilute H2SO4 solution for the that is to remove the extra color or there may be some coloration in oxalic acid, and so due to that, to decolorize the oxalic acid, we have to first that is pour 1 test tube of this sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid into the conical flask. Now put the about 1 full test tube of that of the oxalic acid into the conical flask. Then we have to heat this solution up to 70 to 80 degrees centigrade, and then after this hot solution we have to titrate with the potassium permanganate solution. So for heating, here take the tripod stand, the burner, the wire gauze, etc., and with the thermometer we can adjust the 80 degrees centigrade. Now see, this is the thermometer. Now this is about 360 degree temperature we can measure with the thermometer. Now I put here this conical pipette out solution of oxalic acid, 1 test tube full solution of that of the sulfuric acid for the to obtaining the colorless solution of the still this oxalic acid solution remains colorless. For that we have to pour this 1 full test tube of the sulfuric acid solution into this conical flask, in which there is the oxalic acid solution of about 10 ml, and on putting this for heating on the wire gauze and tripod stand with that of the burner, now heat about the 80 degree centigrade. Now the temperature of this solution is nearly about 40 degrees centigrade. Now this is now 80 degrees centigrade temperature is there. Now only with that of the handkerchief you can take this conical flask. Now this is the 80 degrees centigrade having, this is oxalic acid solution. I titrate it with that of this potassium permanganate solution in very hot condition. For that you only now in this way hold this conical flask and adjust the burette drop wise. There is the addition of this potassium permanganate. Now at first the color disappears. At first the color disappears, and slowly when 8.5, there is the faint pink coloration of that of the potassium permanganate solution. That is the end point. The colorless solution changes into the faint pink color, and that is the end point of this titration. And the color is there. How the color? Now such type of faint pink color will be there after the end point, and that is the end point of this titration. Now you have to take 3 times such reading, and in the observation table you only write in this way. The pilot reading is about 9.5 to 10.5 here. So the first reading here I have the, suppose there are the 3, we have to take the reading. The final reading, first final reading is about 9.5. The initial reading is 0.0, and the difference is again 9.5. Now in the second reading, the end point is about 9.6. Then this is the initial and difference is 9.6. Again the third reading is 9.5, 0.0 and 9.6, 5 suppose. So this is the constant burette reading is 9.5 now. You can take the mean also and it comes, that is the constant burette reading 9.5 ml. Now by taking the constant burette reading, you have to do the calculations here. Now the calculations are very simple and observations are there. In observation, the solution in burette is potassium permanganate. The solution by pipette is the oxalic acid solution. Now see, these are the observations which are given in the handbook of the 12 Science Practical Chemistry handbook is there. Now these are the observation. The solution in burette is KMnO4. The solution by pipette is 0.1 molar oxalic acid. Solution in conical flask 0.1 molar oxalic acid plus 1 test tube dilute H2SO4. The indicator is KMnO4 is self indicator and end point is colorless to pink. Now this is the observation table. There is the pilot reading from 9.3 to 9.8 is given, and the first reading is 9.4, second is 9.5, third is again 9.5. In this way, the constant burette reading is calculated by calculating the mean of these 3 readings, and in calculation take this constant burette reading 9.5 and put only where the x is given, and in the last step only divide this 0.4 divided by 9.5 and the molarity is 0.04210, and only write the molarity of KMnO4 solution as 0.0421 molar in the result. Now MCQs are there for this practical. The molar mass of oxalic acid is 126 gram. To prepare 1 molar solution of oxalic acid, dissolve 126 gram of oxalic acid in the distilled water diluted up to the 1 liter. The water of crystallization present in oxalic acid is 2 molecules of water. Oxalic acid used to prepare standard solution because it is the primary standard substance, and the quality of oxalic acid required to prepare 0.1 molar 100 ml standard solution of oxalic acid quantity, not quality, it is about for 0.1 molar solution 1.26 gram is required. 1.26, not 0.126. This is the 1.26 gram is the correct. And to calculate the molar mass, this type of calculation you have to do. Now 126 gram, that is the molar mass of oxalic acid. Again some question, short answer questions are there. Why heating is required in oxalic acid and potassium permanganate solution? Because reaction between oxalic acid and KMnO4 solution is very slow. Now, why one test tube of dilute sulfuric acid is required in potassium permanganate solution? Now, due to that, the color of the solution remains colorless. That is, the solution remains colorless. And the oxidation state of carbon in oxalic acid is +4 is. And why primary substances, standard substances are used to make standard solution? Because they are of high purity. So they are used for the preparation of standard solution. Now this is about the first experiment or first practical of 12th science. If you like, you can subscribe and like the video.